Hey everybody, it's Wednesday, and you know what that means. Yes, that's right. It's time for Sarcastic Distractions, the interesting podcast for interesting people. Featuring, as always, the Gentleman Society of Podcasting, myself, Harvey.
Chris.
Yeah, that is how it'd be introduced in an old-timey film in the 50s or 60s for sure. Absolutely.
Oh, for
The
sure.
camera swings around.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that freeze frame, and you're looking right at the camera to boot.
Yeah, hands up like that.
Yeah.
With a little
The
pencil
mustache.
mustache.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like this.
Yes.
Yeah,
My
exactly like that.
heterosexual life mate, Dave.
Yellow all.
Have you lost your mind?
Well, that's a mean thing to say. I have
Well,
a tumor. You can't make that
that's-
joke.
Well, wouldn't that mean you have more?
What did you just see? That's offensive.
Dave, you can't
My
say
God.
that. Wait, he can say that.
I can say whatever.
He's allowed
Yeah.
to say that.
You just can't say with a hard R.
Yeah,
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
I got a tumor.
I got a tuba. That's right.
Toma.
Well, he can say it with a hard R.
We can't.
We can't.
That's right. We're not allowed to.
We can't say you have a tumor.
And the ever-loving, ever-quipping AJ.
Wait, I got it. You could play with your magic nose goblin.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Deep cut, man.
Fuck
Deep
that.
cut.
Magic nose goblins were the best.
What are we
Guess
talking
that
about?
depends
They were
on the
hilarious.
context. So, you remember the Ren and Stimpy show?
Oh, okay, if it's in that context.
Yes,
yeah.
yes. They were
I was
magic nose
aware of it, but I
goblins.
never got into it.
Yeah,
Well-
he picked his boogers. Stimpy picked his boogers and he put them under the table.
Yeah.
They were all sentient.
Yes.
So like when he'd like need advice or like need somebody to talk to and Ren wasn't around, he'd go and talk to his magic nose goblins.
Interesting.
And
Yeah.
And they talked like this.
Yes. But that is not what we're talking about today.
Well, I mean,
Well, maybe a little.
I have to admit, it's one of those things where if I went to somebody's house and for some, dropped a fork or something, or dropped something, bent down to pick it up, and I saw snot goblets under the table,
Yeah.
I would politely say, "I have to leave now."
You wouldn't have a conversation with him and get life
You wouldn't-
advice?
No,
they're not his
no.
magic nose
Oh,
goblins.
okay.
No,
fair,
no,
fair.
I would be the very polite. Oh shit! I'm getting a call right now. Yeah, my phone's on vibrate, but I felt it. I know you
Hey,
didn't hear it.
Who is like literally just throwing their boogers up?
I don't know,
Chair.
man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what do
no.
you do with your boogies?
Well, I try my best to throw them in a tissue of some
Yeah.
sort. If not, I just rub them on
Yeah,
my
just
balls.
Flick them? Yeah, flick 'em.
Like-
If I'm outside, I will admit I will flick if I'm outside.
Yeah, if I'm outside, yeah.
Especially
yeah.
in like the fall
Yeah.
where you get the dry.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just,
yeah.
It's that irritating. You go like that and flick it.
If
Or
I
when you got one like I get ones that are like way
Like up in the
my nose.
sinuses?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they're like hard and crunchy. So like when you push like here on your nose, it hurts.
yeah.
So you gotta,
Thankfully,
AJ's poking his eye right now.
yeah.
Jesus,
dig
that's what
around
he's
in
doing.
there, and you gotta
Yeah.
almost give yourself.
That's
a
like
lobotomy.
the-
If I'm alone, I can get away with it. I might do.
You'll eat 'em?
I'll do a farmer's
You'll
blow.
eat 'em?
No, I try.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't do that
Try
unless I'm
not
in the
to.
shower.
Pardon?
Yeah.
I can't do that unless I'm in the
Only
shower.
in the shower?
Yeah.
That's a shower specific
Yeah.
thing.
No,
Really?
Why?
because then it like gets in my mustache.
Uh,
No.
Well, you got to
it's-
get better at it.
yeah. I will for product support and placement. I tell you that Dristan spray when you
There
got the
you go.
clog.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, I love
Careful
that
though,
shit.
that shit's addictive.
Yeah, I know. For that reason, God, it's just like you're.
I can breathe.
Ah.
I like those. They don't last as long, but they're those Vicks fucking things. It's just like a little tube,
Yep.
and it's got the camphor in it or whatever.
Right.
You shove it up your schnoz and you
Mm.
Oh,
take
okay.
a whiff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of Vicks, I believe they're Canadian. That's on brand. That's a
I
good
don't know.
segue.
I
don't know.
honestly-
I think
I'm
they
gonna-
are.
I'm
We're gonna
gonna
go
look
with it.
now.
No, you cannot
No, I
look it
can't
up.
look.
Pretend
No,
they
like,
Aren't
are.
they like Johnson and Johnson or some shit?
Maybe they maybe are. I don't know
I
for
don't know.
sure.
I don't know.
But we're gonna say they are. We're gonna talk
gonna
about
say
what we're
they're
talking about
Canadian.
today. We are.
Talking about Vicks, Buckley's is
Buckley's
Canadian. There you go.
We are gonna take a chat and have a
Take a chat.
conversation
We're
about
gonna take
all
the chat.
things
We're gonna take it.
Canadian. What makes our country that we live in so wonderful and fantastic in the fucking
and maybe not so fantastic.
and maybe not so
Maybe
fantastic
not so
because
fantastic.
No, we can
Yeah.
talk. Yeah. We
Yeah.
do have some shit under the bed, sadly.
there's a lot of things going on right now. So we thought it'd be fun to just kind of talk stuff.
But we're
about.
gonna try and stay away from.
Well, we don't need to talk about the reasons
Yeah.
why.
Well, that's just always the joke I've loved about us Canadians. I'll get us all started.
Sure.
Like, we often fall into this demonstrate how great we are, but only when the States has pissed us off. Like,
Yeah.
let's be honest. A year ago, would we have had a a year ago, would we have had a conversation about how great Canada is out of the blue? No.
No, we wait for Canada Day or something.
No, even on
no.
Canada
Even
Day,
then,
we would-
yeah,
or
no.
we'd be bitching about fireworks and how it used
That's
to be
true.
better.
Or mostly Canadian commercials.
Yeah, Canadian commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which, recently have been resurrected. That Canadian guy that did the most
Yeah.
Canadian. Yeah.
I'm Joe.
He's done a revised version.
Oh, really?
yeah?
For the
I have not watched
for,
it.
for this current
wow.
social climate, cultural climate
Yeah,
that is
nice.
happening right now.
Yeah, I haven't watched the remake, but again, it's just one of those jokes about being Canadian, in my opinion. Yeah, like a year ago, oh yeah, I like being Canadian, but I don't need to push it. Now it's no Canada forever. Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely feel the patriotism. For
Yeah, it's a
sure.
bit more
like, it's
accepted.
strong. Yeah, it's very accepted.
Yeah.
And that is very new for us. Very new. Like we've always been proud Canadians, but not like the most I've ever seen you was when you're, we know when. We know exactly when.
And again, that had I will be honest, less to do about Canada. It was just me being a little high and decided to run up the street in my underwear with the Canadian flag wrapped around me.
Rocking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, in my defense,
Were
I
they
was like
Canadian flag
17.
undies?
I couldn't
No,
remember. I don't
they
think
were
so.
normal undies, but I had
But
the Canadian flag wrapped around
He
me.
was very, very proud that night.
I was
Very
it was,
proud.
Yeah.
Stood at attention.
I was going to say full or half mast.
Well, I started at the full, but eventually we
was a
went
little
half.
chilly.
It's a little chilly.
Yeah,
A little
you got to go
chilly.
half mast.
Jeez.
And his long hair flowing as he's.
I did have the long hair back then to boot.
And now he shaves he's got Manscaped now.
Yeah,
I have to admit, it's one of those moments, and it's rare to say this. I wish we had phones and cameras back then, because that would have been a great thing to still have to be able to
I
actually
agree.
see. Or it's one of those things like my memory has us having a great time. You run up the street, and really, I watched the video, and it's some skinny kid acting like a complete moron,
doofus. Yeah.
which is true too.
But it's funny. Like in my mind, I do have a picture of it, and I feel like we did take a. I don't think there's any footage of that at all. But you're right.
Oh, no, we didn't.
For moments like that,
There was no phones. There was nothing like that. No.
No. I'm glad for that.
Because that's
I'm
it.
glad
Like
for it,
that.
but-
Me too. For ultimately, I am because let's face it.
I've done more dumb things
Uh-huh.
than good
And the
things.
shit we watch on the internet now is dumb things. People doing dumb things.
And I know we've talked
Oh
about.
yeah, one of my favorite things is to watch what is it, Daily Dose of Internet
Yeah,
on
there you go.
YouTube, and it's basically people doing dumb shit.
I
Or Fail Army.
I sometimes think people are now getting more the habit of doing the dumb shit on purpose.
Oh yeah. It's becoming more
ever
staged.
since Jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just that whole once upon a time I would watch somebody do something dumb and it was truly just them accidentally being dumb.
Yep.
Now you watch something, don't get me wrong, I laugh. I am human. But I'm also like, I don't know if it's actually a real dumb moment or if they're just really making this look good.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I want to let's go on topic here for a second. I want to give a shout out to the person who I think is responsible for all of this for the most part, or at least a modern version of it, who's purely Canadian. That's Mr. Tom Green.
Oh, he's responsible for our generation being dumb. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But he's also responsible for podcasting kind of the way it is, because he was a pioneer in the show that he did back in the day. Plus he was doing all the skate videos and all this sort of stuff.
Was it a podcast though, or was it just
Well, he did a show.
right? It was kind of
This
more
is
like a
the
late
Tom
night talk
Green
show. No, that was a different show.
I know. I just wanted to say
That was the Tom Green show.
Yeah, let's be clear. The original late night talk shows was Ed the Sock.
Oh shit! That's Ed the Sock.
I love that.
That was awesome
It
stuff.
was so
man.
much. It was so good.
What happened to that guy?
He's still doing his thing.
Is he?
Isn't the
Yeah.
Sock a thing still?
Just like Triumph. His American counterpart.
Why don't we get those two in a room together?
Right?
They could solve his problems.
I don't know. Triumph
Fuck
might
yeah.
start you nipping at the sock.
well,
you know?
after
Might try to
humping
hump the
him.
sock.
Yeah.
Or hump it, fuck.
But fucking Ed the Sock.
Ed the fucking Sock. I watched that shit every time it was on.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
not much music, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
much
City.
music thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
much music.
Yeah.
way back. Yeah.
Only us would have a puppet as a talk show host. Like an actual legit.
Back
Yeah,
then
I
we
guess
did.
so,
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That
And
was-
it worked. It was. Well, wasn't he a co-host too?
Yeah.
Yeah. There was somebody else. Yeah. The human was the co-host.
Right,
Sorry.
right, yeah.
Yeah,
yeah. You need a hand on set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom Green. Because I guess sometimes
Yeah, he's a pass on my side.
Yeah, I would say
Oh, man.
not for
Even
a,
back in the
not
day.
for a
Not for me.
podcast thing, but because it was just a late night talk show that took phone calls.
For sure, but nobody did that stuff.
No,
It was never a thing.
No,
Like, and
no.
if you did see anything like that, it was a big production of some
Yeah.
sort.
The Toronto, the Much Music booth thing.
The Speaker's Corner.
Speaker's Corner.
Yeah.
Brilliant idea.
It's one of those. I can understand why. No, that's not a thing now at all.
Yeah, it
But-
doesn't-
because
yeah.
much music is not a thing.
Well,
Right, we're gonna
there's
talk
so
about that.
many different things have changed.
I mean,
but
it
back
is,
then,
it is, but it isn't. Much music is still an entity,
But it's like
but it's not.
it's a
it's
shell of its former self.
God.
Well,
yeah.
I don't think they have a channel anymore.
Yeah, they do. 29 still
Do
a
they still
channel.
have a channel?
I think so.
I
but
love
it's
it.
like-
I think so.
I
Do
think
you have
so.
cable?
No, I don't.
Do you have cable?
No.
Do
You know
I
what I
have cable?
realized?
No.
You know what I realized? I think it's been almost 20 years since I've had
I don't think
cable.
Much Music is a TV channel anymore.
Yeah,
They're still an entity on like social media and shit,
Oh,
Yeah.
probably. Yeah.
but not
Not an actual show.
I feel like
actual-
I always thought about. I wish there was a way for a Speaker's Corner to be revived in some way.
Well, but
I don't know what that
technically
would
we
look
have
like.
it. Like it's the
I know.
TikTok.
Yeah,
it's
that's what it is.
Reddit.
That's exactly it, right? You
Like,
go
it's
make your
all the
channel.
same. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no central spot other than the,
Yeah.
the
Don't get me
platforms
wrong.
that are
At the
there.
time in the '90s, it was the fucking amazing. Like
Oh,
it's one
yeah.
of
Oh,
those
there's
dumb.
so many people in Speaker's Corner
Oh,
that like,
yeah,
nowadays it's like holy shit.
Bare Naked Ladies got their start.
Bare
there.
Naked Ladies. I think
Yep.
Nickelback was in
I think
there.
they did their thing
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
Mike Myers.
Yeah, Myers was there.
Whole bunch of
Jim
SCTV
Carrey
guys.
may
Yep.
have done some stuff in there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it was
Oh,
always
sure.
great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Much Music. So for us,
Oh,
the
Much Music.
VJs were a
VJs
big
were-
thing.
Yeah, VJs.
Yeah, that was a big deal
Man.
in the '90s because they did the
Huge
whole like
deal.
Yeah.
VJ search thing.
Huge. Master T. I loved Master T. I thought fucking
I love Mr. T too.
Rick the Temp was cool shit.
Rick the Temp, I remember that one. I can't remember his name, but the guy that had hair about as long as mine now, white, shaggy. Fuck. he always had-
Steve
couldn't tell you.
Anthony.
I
Steve
can't
Anthony,
remember that.
something
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
but I just remember his picture. Like he
Blonde
was always,
dude.
he was always just that. It always sounded like he knew what he was talking about.
Yes.
But he was just sharing.
I always got excited when he hosted him or George Stromanopoulos when
Yeah,
they
George.
hosted like the intermittent interactives because
Yeah.
like you knew like
Mhm.
they were really great facilitators.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
of
they
the information.
played that.
Yeah.
They weren't there to be superstar. They
Yeah,
weren't there
yeah.
to push anybody around. It was just they wanted to get the good grades.
Yeah.
Let's just get this rule.
Oh, you
Yeah.
learned so much.
It was
Like, so, this is like you gotta
good.
understand. This is the days before Wikipedia.
Oh, yeah.
and shit. Like
why you gotta tell me I gotta understand?
I don't know.
Why is it- you gotta understand, man.
AJ. You
I
don't
fucking
know.
know. What are you talking about? Pretty sure I have the Foo Fighters I on
No.
VHS in my
That's
basement
hilarious.
somewhere.
Let's go. Like Intermittent Interactives was such a great program for us growing up because it was a chance to get to know bands in a new way. Because other than that, we had what fucking magazines if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe newspapers here and there, and then the odd video profile. So that was what Much Music was good for. And those Intermittent Interactives like
Oh no, they.
fell in love with so many bands.
It's one of those things when I look back at Much Music. Yeah, they're gone now because everything has changed. But
Yeah.
at that time, I can't imagine anything better personally.
I can't either.
And then
I
they
can't.
had, and then they had their spin-off channel, Much More Music,
which is okay
for the easy listening.
Yeah,
crowd.
it's
Yeah.
all right.
The VH1 of Canada,
Yeah.
I used to call it.
yeah.
I used to watch. See, when I grew up, back in my day, we didn't have the cable. We didn't even have like the ability to.
Yeah,
have
for a
the
long time
cable.
I did.
Right.
So we had our local CTV affiliate, and we had CBC out of Winnipeg.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they would show a show called Video Hits.
Oh
with,
yeah.
with Dan Gallagher.
I remember that
And it's this,
show.
like big dude who kind of looked like a Wish John
Didn't
Candy
he-
with fucking big '80s fucking teased glam metal hair.
Yeah.
He was this big chunky dude.
Yeah.
And I think before that it was a chick named Samantha Fox.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
That's a little bit of a transition.
Video
I'll say.
Hits. And I remember the first time they were like, and next up on Video Hits, we're going to have Bare Naked Ladies. Oh, yeah. Fucking 8-year-old me. Here's the words Bare Naked Ladies on TV. Can you imagine how disappointed I was
Oh my
when
God.
I saw, quote unquote,
The Bare Naked Ladies.
and
Yeah,
then half of them look like Chris.
Yep. They definitely
Glasses,
so not
Adidas
cool.
sweaters.
That's true. That's
Mhm.
true. Holding bases.
If there were
Yeah.
Crocs out at the time, I'm sure Crocs would have been on their feet.
They
Yeah,
did kind of look like
probably.
quintessential like frat boy nerdy.
Not even
guys.
frat boy.
Nah, not frat boy.
Like
no.
like computer lab dudes,
yeah,
music
Yeah.
geeks.
Music
Yeah,
geeks,
they were music
essentially,
geeks
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
But
Yeah.
but
yeah.
yeah, Video Hits. That's the first time I ever saw, man, one of my fucking core memories of life was the first time I ever saw the Thriller video. which was on Video Hits.
Right.
I was like 3 years old or something like that. That scared the ever-loving
You know what's funny?
out of me.
I remember watching that video too. And again, I think I was at my grandparents' house because they used to have a little small television just on the kitchen table.
Yeah.
Because that's what they did.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there watching it, and somebody happened to look over, and halfway through the song, they're going, "Oh my god, we shouldn't be letting David watch this."
And this was the full-length video too,
Yeah.
with like
Oh,
the whole
right.
fucking movie
yeah,
intro
it was
and
the
everything.
whole thing.
Yeah.
Vincent Price
Oh yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I ran out of that room so goddamn fast.
I don't remember it
Thanks,
scaring me.
Video Hits.
Yeah.
But in my case, I don't think it scared me. I just remember sitting there at the table watching, and my dad defending saying, "No, let him watch it. It's fine. It's Michael Jackson.
Oh, no,
let
I'm
him
pretty
watch
sure
it."
I ran out of the room.
Amazing.
screaming.
Yeah, I don't think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Yeah, I remember seeing it too on, I believe it was on Much Music, or it could have been on. There might have been like a morning video show on City, and I can't remember what it was called, but they would show a bunch of cool videos. I might have saw a Thriller there. Anyways, I remember being like, "Whoa,
Well, City.
what the hell is this?"
City
It's
was
all this.
Chum.
Yeah, it was all
Yeah,
this.
Which
yeah.
was owned
At the end of the day,
all of it. Yeah.
it's Alzheimer media at the time.
And then City and CTV
Mhm.
and whatnot.
I can't
Oh,
remember.
thanks.
I don't know.
Oh, I don't
who-
remember.
We can't talk about Canadian television without talking about the wonderful Canadian television children programming that we had when we were younger.
Yeah, we had some
Such
good
as
stuff.
Mr. Jessup,
Yeah,
Yep,
Mr.
Gotta
Jessup.
love
That's
the
the
Mr.
classic.
that was classic.
Uh,
an American who moved to Canada and loved it so much
Mm.
that he stayed to educate children.
Yeah,
Nice.
No, I always just loved
Thanks
the
for
show. It was
helping us
good.
out.
Yeah, the
Yeah, man.
other one was I can never remember the name of it. The mall one.
Oh, Today's Special.
Today's Special,
Yeah,
thank
you.
That one
That-
always fucking creeped me out.
No, I
That's
loved
pretty-
it.
I was
I loved it
always
too, but it was weird.
I was
I loved
always
it.
creeped out by TVO for some reason. And I think it's
They had some
because
fucked up program.
I think it's because fuck yeah. But for some reason they thought it was a great idea right after Polka Dot Door to put on Doctor Who.
yeah,
And it was
Okay.
the 80s Doctor Who with the fucking weird. So yeah, it was like
Yeah.
super like it was fucking like damn near metal, synth metal. Yeah, and then they'd always have like the clips of like weird aliens and shit like that at the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
and stuff. Right?
And back in the that's what they always love about Doctor Who. You go watch one of those now, you're like, good God,
What
that's
the
awful.
hell?
But yeah, back when I was a kid, I
Yeah.
remember going,
Fucking
freaky.
traumatized.
Yeah, man, yeah.
But
The Doctor Who had that vibe for sure.
then there was the Friendly Giant.
Friendly
Oh,
Giant.
I
And he
forgot
had his
about that one.
fucking,
Yeah.
his giraffe and his
Look
his rooster.
Way up.
And he
Yeah,
played the flute.
Yep.
And I'll
Yeah.
call Rusty.
That was a good one.
that was a good
Friendly
one.
Remember
Giant.
Under the Umbrella Tree?
I do. I
That
remember
one I
it.
don't remember.
I didn't watch it all the
Remember
time,
that?
but I remember it.
I think that was like just the phasing out of watching kids shows for me.
Yeah,
It was like the tail end of like, I'm still going to watch Mr. Jessup because he's the shit.
sure.
And then Under the Umbrella Tree, come on.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Or like Fred Penner, Mr. Jessup, then Under the Umbrella Tree.
yeah.
yeah. Watched a lot of Fred Penner.
Oh, watch tons of Fred Penner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tons
For
of
me, it
Fred
was
Penner.
the shit. It was the elephant on the cobwebs at the start.
The
Yeah,
Elephant
that-
Show. Fucking
The Elephant
Sharon
Show.
Lois and Bram.
That's it. Sharon
Yeah.
Lois
I was
and
just
Bram.
about to say, Canada has produced some phenomenal children's entertainers.
Yeah.
I mean, the entertainers flat out, but yeah,
They
children especially, yeah.
But they seem to be less focused on the marketing and the money aspect of it and more so the educating children aspect of it,
Yeah,
right? Like I'm thinking like the Barneys and the Dora the Explorer and all that kind of crap. It's
Yeah,
like,
they have the product to go
toys
with
and money,
it.
toys and money,
Yeah,
toys
yeah.
and money,
right.
Whereas like Sharon Lois and Bram, yeah, maybe you could have found an elephant fucking
Album.
stuffy.
Oh, they had merch.
Oh, they had
some
albums,
point. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
sure.
Because yeah, I'm thinking like
but you're right. Their
Sharon
focus
Lois
was
and
on
Bram or
the education.
Fred
piece of it.
Penner or
entertainment.
there was another one I was thinking of. Raffi,
Yeah.
right? It's not all about promoting himself or doing things to,
Yeah.
generate a profit.
Right.
Well, and that's
Like a huge profit. There's always going to be obviously.
Yeah, there's
he needs
some.
to tour. He needs to make records.
still
he
need
needs
to make
feed his
money.
fucking family.
yeah.
But it's not like give me the millions.
Yeah,
Raffi this, Raffi that, Raffi lunch
I also think there was
boxes.
some of the differences, and I think things have changed over time. But back then in the 90s, 80s, that sort of timeline, a lot of those were government funded. Like a lot of
Right.
those
That's a
shows.
good point, actually.
Now,
That's
no.
true.
That's actually a good
Now
point.
They're
there's-
not.
No, there's a lot less now. Like, time.
Wow.
And every year, like
And
again,
the Canadian government gives a
Yeah.
lot of grants to
Exactly.
education
Education.
entertainers and
Yep.
stuff like that. Right?
Like the-
Whereas I'm not sure the U.S. government is.
I don't. Well, they do have their thing. fuck, what's that channel called?
Oh, PBS.
PBS. They have
right.
PBS.
Broadcast, yeah.
Now, in their case, though, you're right. I think for PBS, it's not just government. It's also here's how you can donate. And
Right.
provide.
Yeah. Whereas
Paid for
Canada
by
was just like,
donations.
we have grants.
Yeah,
We
grants,
have money.
yeah.
Here have money
Different
to
time,
educate
man.
children. right?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now, again, it's a lot less. It's cut.
Yeah.
Like they always talk about CBC and how let's get rid of this. We don't need CBC anymore.
Well, that's I mean,
and while the elections are coming up, it could happen
it
again.
very
Like,
well could.
yeah, like can you
Yeah.
imagine? It's one of those things, though. Like I have to also admit, CBC still makes shows, produces shows that are based and set here in Canada.
Yeah.
That still
Yep,
happens.
That's true.
But it doesn't feel as big as it used to me.
Not even
Part
close.
of it, though, is, and this is I've heard this argument, and it makes sense of, yeah, that's actually nothing to do with the government or even CBC. It's me.
Yeah,
As I've
grown out
gotten
of it.
older, I
Yeah.
have grown out of it. Not just grown out of it, but now I know I can go and watch this from Japan. I can watch this.
Yeah.
I
from
found a lot of the
Exactly.
shows that
Yeah.
were produced by the CBC to be very.
CBC.
Remember when I
Yeah,
keep
they-
talking about like how you know a show is Canadian? Like if a show has been produced,
Yeah.
Oh.
filmed, produced, whatever, acted in Canada, like that fucking terrible fucking RoboCop fucking TV
Right.
show.
I knew this was going to
Right.
come out.
Yes.
You know it's Canadian.
Yeah.
'Cause it's
Or
so
I'm pretty
fucking
sure
amazing.
Stargate was the same thing. It was like
Yeah, the
there's
Stargate
like this
show.
weird vibe that is
Even-
captured
Or the
by
vampire
Even the
show,
Flash, when
so
the Flash was on,
amazing.
you could tell it was shot in Vancouver.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somehow they did okay with the Deadpool movies. I don't know how they did all right, but you could still kind of get the Vancouver
I think it's
flavor
because it was
to it.
mainly an American production.
Oh, yeah.
Mainly, yeah.
When the camera operators are Canadian and the actors are Canadian,
Yeah.
and the
You
studio making
see
giving
it
you
in-
the money,
You see it in
is
the
Canadian.
Flash, it's
but
like
that's a
so-
CW show. That's a Warner
I
Brothers
know.
show.
It's
So that's,
prevalent,
that's not as bad as something like Road to Avonlea
right? But to be fair, though, like
or the
CBC,
vampire
or
one.
Murdoch Mysteries,
but
or,
CBC,
I love Murdoch.
but you can tell it's Canadian.
I was just
Yeah.
calling
You
this
can
out the other
just
day.
Tell.
When CBC a few years back, and I'm not sure how long ago, it's probably a fucking decade now, when they redid Anne with an E, which was Anna
Yep.
Green Gables.
Yeah.
Fantastic production qualities, like unbelievably so, like on par with like HBO.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, really
Okay,
great.
see.
You could obviously still tell it was Canadian, like the dialogue was very
Canadian.
Canadian, but the cinematography and the style and whatnot, all was very, I'd say traditionally Americanized, and
okay.
which I was always neat. And when I looked into it, the reason why I think the lead producer, she had worked on Game of Thrones or something like
Oh,
that.
yeah,
So it's getting
right?
she's bringing
it
all
back.
that into the show.
Yeah.
Like, well, that's very cool, right?
Yeah.
But
The
you're right.
experience, the
If
knowledge.
it's all Canadian, you're not bringing that over. Then it's like
There's a I don't want to, not in a bad way or a derogatory term or a negative, but there's a Canadian stink on it.
yeah.
Well, here's the
It's-
funny joke.
There's a maple smell to it.
But that's the other side of that coin is I could sit here on my side and go, well, no, it's just you become too Yankified.
Ah,
Yeah, you're too
see?
Yankee
No.
now. Yeah, no, you become too American. That's your
No.
problem.
It's
Us Canadians still love our style.
no.
Yeah,
I
well,
love
so
that.
here's
No.
here's a couple of really good contrasts. Okay, all of us were Saturday Night Live fans,
Mhm.
so that's
Yes,
a good.
yeah.
Let's use that as a barometer. We know, and we'll say that sometimes really fucking funny, other times barely funny, right?
Well, yeah, it's like anything in
Right,
life. Yeah.
but it's very American,
Oh,
right?
hell yeah.
For all its things, even when you
Yeah.
have Canadians, are very American. Now let's contrast that with some Canadian bits, right? We got Kids in the Hall,
yes.
which, you know,
And by the way,
Okay, but here's
if you haven't watched the Kids
It's
in the
like
Hall
Can-
remake, or
it's
not the
like-
remake,
it's like
the
Canadian
update,
American.
watch it.
yeah.
but it's like Canadian American.
It is very
Because it was
Canadian
produced
American.
by
Lorne Michaels, but they were given the keys. Like they got to do whatever they
I
wanted
did
to
not
do.
know. I was watching.
There's two other examples I want to bring after this.
I was watching the 50th anniversary Saturday Night Live thing,
Mm,
and they were having like interviews with some of the cast and stuff like that.
right.
And I didn't know that Mark McKinney from Saturday Night Live,
Yeah.
or from Kids in the Hall, was a writer for Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Before Kids in the Hall was a thing.
Yep.
And
I know.
then he was on Saturday Night Live,
And
as
then
a-
he
as
was on for a
cast member.
season. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I didn't know he was a writer for the show before.
Wild, right?
Yeah, I thought they were all just
Yeah.
buds who like did this kind of shit, like an SCTV sort of thing, and Lorne Michaels caught wind of it. And
Right.
That was that.
Yeah, no. The fact that he was a writer on the show, I think probably was I think that was the in.
Yeah, I think so.
For Lauren, which is pretty neat, right?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so but I think they earned that title of like punk rock of comedy because they did kind of straddle a whole lot of lines, and they still do when you look back on it.
They did great things. Like I feel like
that was on purpose.
I liked it. It was well done.
I feel like they did like the digital shorts.
Way
before digital shorts were
For
like,
sure.
because they would have the sketch comedy where you could kind of tell it was on a stage.
Right.
It was more of a 2-dimensional sort of thing. Where the only setting was the stage. But then you had the fucking sketch where it was the buddy fucking grabs the pen from the bank and goes so far as to hanging off the side of the fucking car. My pen! You've got my pen!
Yeah. This might be a hot take, but I would even say that Lonely Island probably got a lot of their influence.
You know what?
Yeah,
from kids.
Why would it be a hot take?
Well, there's just
Influence
seems to be,
is influence,
that's true,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny is funny.
Then I wanted to bring up to compare against Saturday Night Live was
SCTV,
yeah, which very Canadian.
Oh yeah,
Like fucking, you couldn't be more Canadian.
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
I mean,
Yeah,
Bob and
that
Doug
alone.
McKenzie, right?
Yeah.
Like everything about it, but
You had
it's
Mr. Canada, John Candy.
yeah.
Mr. Like, think about it. When he in his heyday, you think Canadian actor? I bet you the first thing that popped
John
out of somebody's
Candy.
mouth would have been John Candy.
Yeah, not a question. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like SCTV itself was just so fucking funny, and to guys at like on our TV show or TV station,
Yeah.
was just genius
To have that whole
thread.
yeah.
Yeah. I would say that's like kind of the one thing that's missing from Saturday Night Live. It's a great show, but the format, like when you watch it, right?
Because there's no narrative.
No, the only
There's
real
zero
through line
narrative.
is the host,
Yeah.
right? Which is fine in what it is, but the idea that there's like a background
An
narrative,
actual narrative.
yeah.
It's like WKRP with sketch comedy.
Exactly.
mixed in, right?
Especially when you got like skits like Wayne's World. You know what I mean? Like that would fit in side like that.
Wayne's World could have been an SCTV sketch.
Absolutely.
100%.
Yeah. For sure.
Could have been, but it
Oh, yeah.
wasn't. Let's
No.
be clear.
Yeah. No, it would definitely.
I have to admit, I have
No,
not
Mike-
watched
Mike
Saturday
Myers-
Night Live in ever.
Yeah.
Mike Myers skipped SCTV and went right to the big leagues.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Which is funny because he did work for Second City.
Yeah. Well, because it's a comedy troupe. It's an
Yeah.
improv. It's like the Groundlings.
true.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a Second City in Toronto.
Yep,
Or not Toronto, Chicago.
Chicago. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's,
Just
a lot of people from SNL came out of either the Groundlings or Second City.
Second City. Yeah. It's
Either
true.
Toronto or
Yeah, they're pretty well known for their comedy chops. And I was gonna compare this more to the Carol Burnett show, which was fucking amazing.
oh, wonderful show.
A wonderful American comedy. I was gonna say Bizarre.
That was a weird. Oh no, see, that's not the show
Bizarre?
I'm thinking of. I was thinking of Spitting Image.
Oh,
That was an American show, I think, though.
Spitting Image.
Was it? I think that might have.
Yeah, I think it
been an American
was.
show.
Yeah.
That show was weird.
Yeah. What
Like
tripped
the
me up
Muppets
about
on
Bizarre was it was Canadian, but like Super Dave was on it.
I'm pretty
like,
sure
every week.
Bob Einstein's Canadian, is he not?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure Bob.
Our
Einstein is
50s of
Canadian.
fans, you let us know in the comments. Was Bob
Man.
Einstein Canadian?
I
I want to
yes.
believe he was. If he was, legendary
Fucking Super
Canadian.
Dave Osborne
Legend
show, man.
fucking dairy, man.
I did enjoy the
What a
day.
wonderful show that was.
Not only that, his role on Arrested Development. Oh my God, I can't even
him being
handle
on-
it.
But who was he on Arrested Development?
He played the surrogate. He played when his dad was in jail. He walked
and
around.
he had the fucking camera on his
camera
fucking
on his
hat or
face.
whatever. Yeah. Right.
Unbelievable.
I gotta bring that show back out. man.
That show is fan-fucking-tastic. One of the greatest of all time.
I mean, kind of went. Meh.
Well, sure, but the first 3 seasons are peak.
Well, when
peak.
when they got,
I just blew myself.
when Netflix picked them up. That's when they kind of started.
Yeah.
Well, because they just wanted to do the
Well,
one last season,
and it was a
to round
long-
out the story,
Long time after,
Yeah.
right? So, and don't get me wrong, there's still some laughs in it, but
One, you say Arrested Development, and it's kind of reminds me of. It's not obviously not the same idea, but I guess it's the ensemble cast that Schitt's Creek.
Sure.
Can't get into it.
Oh, really?
Really?
Fucking
I have
great
tried,
show.
and
So fun.
I can
I like
I can
that one.
appreciate the people acting in it,
Yeah, they're
and-
Just the
and
awesome.
story.
what they're doing,
Hmm.
but it's just like I can't even get past the first episode.
What don't you like?
Really?
It's not. I don't find it humorous.
What don't you find
It
funny?
is a
It's
subtle.
It's just not.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not
Oh.
funny.
Wow.
It's
I
just-
like that.
I
and
find it.
I love
I
Catherine
enjoyed it.
O'Hara. I
She's
love Eugene Levy.
unbelievable. Yeah.
I love Dan Levy. I love the young lady that's in the show too. She's very funny. I'm
She's
not sure what her
hilarious.
name is.
Yeah.
But I doesn't, as Dave would say, grok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
It just does not.
Yeah, that's
It's
fair.
a wonderful cast. All of the people are immensely hilarious.
You should
Oh.
try at least 3 episodes.
I would agree. I'd say even give it
You
the
didn't
first
even get the
season.
joke on that.
I'll try. I'll try. There's a couple things I've been thinking about. Well, Nikki and I tried that not long ago, but I want to try. I want to do Arrested Development again. And I mean, speaking of Canadians, Michael Cera,
Yeah.
excellent,
Good old Toronto boy.
excellent performance in that.
Yeah.
Man,
Also,
fucking
one of the Scott Pilgrim.
best fucking. I was just want to say one of the best fucking movies.
Canadian movies?
Yeah.
Well,
And you know
Lots
what?
of Canadian
Doesn't
in it.
have-
Yeah, Canadian sided.
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's a Canadian movie.
Well, it's not quite because it was funded by an American company.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
Universal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Again,
Well,
it's,
was it funded by Universal or was it distributed by Universal? There's a difference.
Either
there, right?
way, it would still
Either-
be an American production.
Exactly. It's
No,
it-
not if it was
it's
distributed.
in
because,
Canada.
Because of distribution, you go with the movie and say, I have this movie, will you put it out?
That's fair.
Fair.
Right? Or we're making this
I-
movie, we have all of this money to
Yeah.
make this movie. That's Fox, distribution deal, Star Wars. Come on,
Yeah.
think about it, guy.
Yeah, it's possible, but my
No, that was
understanding was
an
that is-
intergalactic
That
distribution
was,
deal.
that was an
That's right.
that was the Galactic Senate.
I'll still
That was,
call it
the
Canadian.
EPs.
Yeah, no, I mean,
I'm calling it
everything about it
Canadian,
is
yeah.
Canadian, and I hope I am fucking wrong, and I love to claim that as ours.
Filmed in Canada.
Yeah,
obviously.
filmed
yeah,
all in
definitely
Toronto,
was. Yeah.
starring Michael Cera, and a whole shitload of Canadian
Yeah.
actors are in it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Everybody was
Even
great in the
Canadian
movie.
music.
Canadian music.
Yep.
Yeah, Metric was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was-
I think
Their
who
music
else
was in it. They weren't in it.
No,
No.
But their music was
their
in it.
music.
There's a bunch of other Canadian bands that have music in it as well.
Probably.
Oh, a whole bunch. The
Yeah.
the author was Canadian. Is Canadian.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, yeah, he
well,
does
from
the
London.
comic books.
Brian.
Yeah.
Brian Lee O'Malley.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a London boy.
Is he from London? I think
Yep.
he's Toronto.
No, lived
I mean,
here,
he probably
and then I
says he's
think
from
he
Toronto.
did college or whatever it was there, and that's when he wrote Scott Pilgrim.
Oh man.
And
What a-
then
that
they
movie
took
just-
off.
I don't know what it is about that fucking movie, man.
I
Yeah,
love it.
There's something special.
I was about to
that
watch it
fucking
the other
thing.
night, so that's probably what I'm going to watch later on. I fucking love it so much.
It's
It's
a
a
movie that
fun, simple,
Yeah,
and you feel good.
it's it's
and the comedy, man.
Yeah.
It's
beautiful
so
representation
dry,
with the
but
video
great.
game
Yeah.
bit of it. You know what I mean?
That's
Like
what I mean. It's just a fun,
yeah.
but it's a simple fun,
Oh, 'cause
and
I
you
was-
feel good about him and the ending.
And you're right.
everything.
The plot is very simple. It's
Oh,
this
yeah.
poor ass kid, and he's falling in love
Well,
with
he's
a girl.
not poor ass, but
Well,
yeah, he's poor ass.
he's pretty poor ass.
He's sleeping on a
Falls in love
Yeah.
with a girl.
With
Gets
the
shit on
gay
by
guy
his
and his
buddies with a
boyfriend.
gay guy, his boyfriend, and he's just basically got to make it through the ex-boyfriends
Yeah,
as the bosses.
No, he has to make
Ex
it
people.
through the X's.
Exes.
Yes.
I always
Sorry,
love that.
yes, the
I always
X's.
love
That's
the
right.
X's.
Yes,
The
yes.
X's.
Oh,
Even the
vegan.
cartoon was great.
Oh
the
my
Netflix
God.
cartoon, I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
recommend.
that was good too.
Yeah,
I
they
recommend.
had all
the game
original
is also
voice.
really good. There's a
done the
beat 'em
game.
up. Oh, you
Yeah,
got to play the
it's
game.
fun.
Never
It's
done
It's
the
a,
game.
it's a classic
easy.
80s beat 'em up.
So easy.
Side scroller.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah.
Double Dragon.
Basically,
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
yeah. But done in the style
But
of
easy because you said
yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Double
It's pretty easy.
Dragon?
No.
Not
It's
easy.
easier than Double Dragon. For
No,
sure.
much easier.
More fun than Double Dragon. I'd say.
Like the Ninja Turtles video games.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I always love the Ninja Turtle ones because they were basically just hack slash die
Yep.
get up,
Yep.
hack
You
slash
got it,
die
yeah.
get up. Put
Yeah,
your
this is
quarter
a
in.
little bit more skill, but similar.
Yeah.
similar
No, it's
stuff.
a lot of
check
fun.
it out.
But yeah,
Um,
what a great property.
Wonderful addition we've made to the world as Canadians. I love the Scott
I
Pilgrim.
wonder what he's
We
doing
didn't do
now.
shit.
The
No,
creator.
Canadian, just Canadian put out.
That's what I always like
Canada
about
did.
being Canadian.
Yeah.
Oh no, I was part of it. I'm
We all do
Canadian
that.
too.
Everyone does that.
That annoys me so much because it's like
It's like saying your
It's like-
team.
it's
We
like-
won.
It's
what,
like
what did you do?
to me it's
Nothing.
stolen valor.
It is stolen
Almost,
valor.
Oh,
right?
hell yeah.
All of us are.
It's
Yeah.
like it's like oh yeah,
But-
we won last.
but-
What the fuck did you do?
But-
you drank beer and ate wings.
Exactly.
Oh, that's what they needed to win, John.
But the existentialist would say it's all
Existentialist. Here we
stolen
go.
valor. You like the idea that you would even be proud of the place that you had no choice in being born in.
Yeah, but
is fucking fucking.
I don't go to a
You know what
fucking,
I mean?
I don't go to a rock concert and then walk out and be like, "Oh, we had a great show tonight, guys. Oh, what a fucking great show."
But some people
I just
do that.
stood there and watched the Foo Fighters play. I didn't do fuck all. I didn't
Shit.
run around the stage for 3.5
But you
hours.
know what you
fucking
could have done?
pouring sweat,
here's the
possibly
thing.
blood.
But you did have an involvement.
It was
You
my
could have done.
show,
the-
man.
You could have stood there with your arms crossed and done nothing, and then they would have got no energy, and then maybe they didn't play as good. But because you got into
Chris,
it
Chris,
and you got the groove
Chris,
going, they
Chris.
got into it.
I'm an old man. That's how
Oh,
I
I
stand
see.
and enjoy concerts. It's like this.
Hey, you
And
don't
you
wanna-
know what?
don't wanna get
If you
hurt.
if you put your elbows up,
What
you
the
put-
fuck?
if you put your elbows out, nobody can fucking. They have to stand like that far away from you, not this far.
That's
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
What
if they
show
try
was
to like
that?
fucking get squirrely, you got pointy little elbows to fucking jab people with.
That was part of the Saturday Night
So
Live.
you
The
stand
girl
right
that would
there.
put her.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mary Calvin Gallagher.
Yeah.
Oh fucking back to Saturday Night.
Yeah,
I mean,
do love comedy.
I'm sorry. When I saw
If-
you demonstrating, that's what I thought it was her.
if you want to get down to it though,
I am gonna
Another-
say
another Canadian fucking production to a degree.
what?
Saturday Night Live,
Sure.
Mr.
what?
Lorne Michaels.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He created it. Yeah.
Contribution.
Well, and this is on brand, and this is going to sound controversial, and those
Controversial?
that
Controversial.
controversial, and I don't think this is a fucking hot take at all. And Americans, come at me. I think Canadians are the fucking funniest people alive. I think we produce more funny shit than anybody.
No, the Germans are pretty funny.
Wait a second.
Awkward.
Wait a second.
Awkward.
Don't get me wrong. I think the Aussies are pretty funny, and I
Aussies are
think
fucking
there are some. The
hilarious.
Brits got some funny to them, but I think we outshine them almost
I
any
think-
day of the week.
I think,
And I think when it comes to
Canadians
Americans,
and Brits are almost.
I think
on
here's the
par.
thing. Here's the
Yeah,
thing. I
that's
think with
fair.
Americans, for Canadians, comedy comes naturally. Americans typically they have to work at it. So I think that's why we got funnier. That's my take.
I have no perspective other than
I would say
okay.
I would say Canadians and Brits are on par.
Okay.
With each other
All right.
because we do get a lot of our humor
Yeah.
from.
Yeah,
From
we
that
do.
side
We
of the
do
pond.
share
Yeah, that is
certain
fair.
bits. Yeah, we do share certain bits. I'm gonna
For the
Yeah,
listeners
that's
out
too
there,
funny.
Chris was just adjusted.
You're adjusted.
You need to be adjusted too
Yeah.
over there.
Closer,
You're-
like this.
No,
you're like,
You want me like this?
You're like, oh,
God.
that's awesome.
Hello,
Um,
everybody.
I've been far
But
back.
yeah, because
proper.
like, because
Burp, burp.
Kids in the Hall. Let's go back to Kids in the Hall. Is very Monty Python.
Yeah,
Minus the
the British accent.
the goofy animations.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? Because
Yeah, it's
like
similar.
you've got a bunch of you've got a handful minus probably one straight dudes dressing up like ladies. That was a Monty Python thing through and through.
Yeah.
Right.
If you think about Saturday Night Live,
Or
you
stripping their clothes
don't
off as they get
have
arrested.
like it's less common for a male actor to dress up like a lady.
That's true.
Like you had
That
your,
is true.
You had your Dana Carveys
What
and
to
your
say?
Mike
They
Myerses.
happen. Yeah.
If I
It
was
happens,
American-
but
Whereas, like,
but you've got a group of all guys,
yeah,
right? They're not
Yeah.
calling in lady actors to play the lady parts. Monty Python is just
Of course, if
playing
I
the
was
parts.
American right now, I'd just be sitting here going, yeah, so you guys just want to dress like ladies constantly. Okay, you do you.
Hey, I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
That's yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. That's a thinker because I don't disagree. Because some of the people I think that are the funniest actors, like
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds and Jim Carrey, and Mike Myers,
Mhm.
are obviously all Canadian.
Funniest comedians.
Like
Don't get me wrong.
Russell Peters.
There are obviously standouts and shine outs too, but I think
Shineouts.
ultimately Canadians. Yeah,
Definitely
Yeah.
Russell Peters is probably
Russell
one of the
Peters,
best.
fucking Harlan
stand-up
Williams.
comedians.
Norm Macdonald. Jesus, Norm Macdonald.
I felt like Harlan Williams was so underused in Half Baked.
Oh yeah,
He was
for sure.
so underused.
Yeah.
The character, the actor, all of it.
Uh-huh.
All of it. He's so funny. And it
He's
was
so
filmed, that was
good.
filmed in Toronto.
Yes, it was.
You can
Yeah,
tell there's
that was
you can,
the
there's
pizza and
a
Sam the Record Man.
yeah, there's a popular pizza
Which
there.
we all frequented there at some point in time in our lives.
I don't know if I ever went to it when it was Sam.
I was there when
went
it
to
was Sam.
when it was HMV.
I went there when it was Sam. I think like the year or so before it became HMV, and then
Okay,
it swapped
okay.
over, and then we went back like after 3 years after.
Fucking
Like fucking
HMV. I miss
HMV, which is
HMV.
still around, sorta, kinda. Not really.
but it's no.
I know.
man,
It's
so
in the Toys R
overpriced.
Us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So it's
Man,
weird.
I remember that was like the thing to do.
Yeah, we would go to
because we didn't have HMV back home. We had to drive to Winnipeg.
Yeah.
So on Boxing Day, that's what we all fucking piled in the car, and they'd always have like buy 3 get 3 free on
Right.
Boxing Day or some shit.
Oh,
so I'd
gotcha,
come home
gotcha,
with like a
yeah,
stack of CDs, like
and just
that
start
fucking
playing them
big.
one
Oh,
by
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Sunrise isn't bad. I guess Sunrise would be your Canadian equivalent to HMV,
Yeah.
essentially, really.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Sunrise and they're both are still around. Well, no, for HMV not so much.
HMV not
Sunrise-
so much. Sunrise still
They've
has
still
their.
got a couple of stores left.
They've got
Decent
quite a
A
few.
few.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they switched over to the records and all that.
Yeah,
too,
they're
didn't they?
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
much vinyl.
They're still
a lot of
floating.
vinyl.
They're still floating on like records and
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's
novelties and stuff.
novelty.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's how most of them survive now.
anime.
Yeah,
Shit.
things of that nature. Yeah.
Sometimes you can find some good McFarlane Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Hudson's Bay. They're going out.
They're
now.
going out
Yeah,
too.
they're
Yeah.
done.
I thought they were already
They're shut
done.
down.
No, well, they're
Oh
shutting
no,
down
that's
now.
Zellers. That's
Yeah.
the big
Zellers
Red
is
Zed
long
that
gone.
was
Yeah.
done. And
Yeah,
they,
that's long
they
gone.
tried to revive it.
Yeah,
Hudson
so
Bay
Hudson's
is
Bay is
checking out.
next. Yep, they're
Yeah.
out. And they're full.
Now that's unfortunate because that's an institution, and that's not even just an institution as a department store. It's an institution as like one of the first fur
It
trading
was.
companies
Pillars of
Years
Canada.
and
of North
Yeah.
America.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let alone Canada, North
yeah.
fucking America.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I think their fur trading company will still be alive and kicking around.
No,
in,
they
somewhere.
haven't done that in a
Somewhere. It
while.
Just can't
No.
won't be retail.
They're gonna have. Last I heard,
It's
there's gonna be
called
like
pimping now.
4
You can't just
stores.
call it fur trading anymore.
yeah, they might keep 4 stores open. Apparently, 2 in Vancouver, 2 in Toronto, and that's
Oh,
it.
okay.
There you
That's
go.
what-
I could see
Last
them-
I heard.
maybe
Last I
maybe the one in Winnipeg they might keep open too because I
Maybe.
think they have buildings that are so redonkulously old
Mm.
that they're not paying any sort of mortgage or rent on.
Oh,
them.
they're-
So
no,
it's
no,
like
right.
it's almost
that
cheaper.
building is the Hudson Bay
Right.
building
Gotcha,
in that
gotcha.
city, right?
It's
like,
almost
maybe.
cheaper to keep the business open than it would be to close
Yeah,
it.
but they're shutting
Probably,
everything
yeah.
else down. But again, it's one of those like I've had this conversation with another person. Oh, I can't believe they're shutting down. Like, when was the last time you shopped at Hudson's Bay?
Right,
Oh,
exactly.
I
No,
don't
you're right.
I don't
Yeah.
remember the
Yeah.
last time I was in there. I sometimes I'll be like, "Hey, Nikki, let's go into the bay just to look around."
And
No.
it's
I think
not.
the last time I was in there was to get Nikki after she was getting her makeup done at one of those makeup counters. You can go in and pay to have them do your makeup.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
So I think that was the last time I
Yeah.
was ever in the bay.
Yeah, I have to. That's why. Don't get me wrong. Shitty deal. Another Canadian company gone. But by that same token, David, what did you do?
Right,
I
exactly.
did nothing.
It'd be nice if they could. Maybe they will. Because they do have, their famous Hudson Bay blankets and Hudson Bay sweaters, the like white ones with the
I've never
red
had
and
one.
blue
Sure.
and yellow stripe. But they are quite popular in certain circles. You are not in the circular in the circular.
I'm not in the
No, he's right.
You would not be in the circular where they're popular anymore.
Yes.
Back in the 80s, that shit was popular in like
Everywhere.
everybody's house.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I'm
now
pretty
it's
sure
a
we
niche
had
thing.
a fucking Hudson Bay blanket.
Yeah.
But now it's like one of those frou-frou niche sort of fucking things.
But in those circles, they're fucking hot. Like
the pillows,
people-
the blankets.
Oh my god!
the
like
design. Oh,
yeah.
Fuck
I was
dude.
being educated on this a little while ago. I was like, oh wow.
So
that's crazy.
I have a feeling like Sears because Sears is still online.
Yeah.
They don't have any
Are they
stores,
really?
but you can still go to Sears.com. There's still
Are
a
they
Sears.
Yankee only though?
I think so.
Okay, yeah.
But I was also heard tell that. Have you heard of this company Wayfair?
Sure.
Apparently that's Sears rebranded.
Oh.
Apparently that's all that is.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
haven't
But you know
heard
what?
of it.
I was done with Sears when they stopped sending out the fucking wish book.
That was
Yeah.
your last.
I
one.
still love that
you wanna talk
Amazon
about
does
fucking
that now.
You want to talk about Canadian fucking? I don't care if they sent it out in the States too. Canadian fucking memory for me. Fucking wish book.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's
Sears wish book.
Canadian, but I do have great memories of it. I will admit that, and the
Maybe that's
Canadian
just a
one.
comfy Christmas memory,
No.
and to me, like lots of snow is.
There
very
was a Canadian one. You would go to the store and you would.
Oh, the consumer
Distributing.
UCDA.
I remember seeing their
Yeah.
Christmas too. I
Yeah.
love
Oh,
that
yeah.
one too.
We never had access to that. That was
Yeah.
down. I think that was down here. Maybe.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
we had access.
Great
Yeah.
time.
I have to admit,
I remember going to one in Milton. They had
Yeah.
a big one in Milton.
yeah, I went into ours once. I got something, and that's the only memory I have. Of it.
Yeah, I think my thing was it's not like when you're a kid going into a toy store or a toy section.
Oh yeah,
is
you
like,
need to see the toys.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Like you gotta be. But then just to go into like a lobby and look
Look
at a
through-
book
yeah,
and be like, yeah, I guess
that one.
that one. I guess.
Yeah.
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 Then they roll
Not
it
as
out
fun.
too.
Not as
definitely
fun.
not.
No.
Yeah, it was weird. So, if you were to recommend things people should buy Canadian, what would they be?
Like products?
Yeah.
Like
Or brands?
Well, it's
honestly,
nobody's gonna like my answer.
boy.
Honestly, and it's hot take, but I know we do certain things that we probably shouldn't do, obviously, to foods and whatnot, but
Like what? Eat them?
our food standards are much higher.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Our food and drug standards are much higher, so I would say foods.
All foods.
In general. Like
It's funny. I was gonna
our
say
fucking-
foods as well.
Our fucking meat tastes better.
Yeah.
Like it's not treated as much of a commodity or a product as in the States. Because I know
Depends on the food, but
well, no, even at places like McDonald's, I know in the States they have a process that's basically they take bones from cows, right? That have like still little chunks of meat fucking on it and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They basically throw it in a washing machine with fucking bleach and blah blah. I don't think they're allowed to do that in Canada.
oh, they may not
What?
be.
I don't think they're allowed to do that.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to eat it with the bone.
Yeah, you have to eat bone in. Man. No, I don't think they're allowed
Okay,
to
that's
use.
fair.
I don't think they're allowed.
I think
to use
that's
that
you know what?
process-
That's not only nutritious, but that's also a good lesson.
or
and
the
challenge.
or the fact that our chicken nuggets, again, I don't know how the States is, but our chicken nuggets are made with quote unquote all white meat chicken.
What, all
Where-
white meat
whereas-
chicken goo.
Yeah,
No.
well, I'd rather have all white meat chicken goo than chicken feet
Right, fair.
and chicken beaks
Sure.
and chicken dicks.
Sure.
Chicken tongue. I've had
Right?
that. No.
No,
Shit like
don't
that.
eat it.
No.
I have had chicken feet.
But so yeah, I'd say foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I would recommend. If somebody was like, "What should I eat in Canada?" I'd be like, "Go get yourself a nice meal with fresh foods."
Yeah.
Well, and that's more it. It's just I've always been very happy with the ability to get fresh foods, everything, and except for the winter time, we can generally have everything covered though. Because the one thing you have to admit, like dead winter, you're not getting much in the way of vegetable or anything that's not coming from
More
somewhere else.
challenging. That's true.
Yes and no. I mean, I guess it depends, right? Cause
Yeah, like apples,
snow
things like
cabbage?
that last forever.
snow
that
caps,
you get.
snow peas.
You can often still get local carrots, things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
but when
things that are easily grown in greenhouses. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But even all year round, we have issues with like citrus and stuff like that.
Oh yeah,
right?
you
True.
don't get it.
I mean, we're not getting it from the States, at least. Well,
No,
we
not-
would
well,
prefer
some.
not
Well,
to.
not
Some.
yeah.
But I know
Usually Peru.
I
Usually Peru.
or Morocco is a big place that oranges come from. Morocco
I have to
and
admit,
Egypt.
Yeah, Morocco, they have some. Oh God, I love their oranges.
yeah.
Their navel oranges are
Yeah.
fucking so juicy
God,
and
I love
sweet,
'em.
man. Oh my god!
I actually want to go to Morocco just
Just
to
for
eat
your
some
oranges?
fucking
Right.
oranges right off the tree.
I
Come
guess
on,
spends all that money on a fucking plane ticket just to have a.
right?
a fresh
Fucking
off the
orange
tree.
from
I would
Morocco.
do it.
I
love
do
it.
it, man.
Fuck yeah.
I like to make orange chicken at home. So
Mhm.
instead of just orange juice out of a fucking,
Yeah.
I'll go and get an orange, I'll zest it, and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And I always try to make sure that it's either from Morocco
Yeah.
or Egypt.
I don't
Because they're
know.
always the sweetest and the juiciest.
And the best, yeah. They
Cool.
just have that good flavor too.
Yeah, so you need to
Love
get
that
a little
focus.
bit. You have that little bit of juice left that you didn't use. And you sip it up. Oh, so nice, so nice.
Yeah.
But that's the one thing I
think-
wish we could grow in Canada for sure. Is
Oranges would be nice, yeah.
Citrus.
would be
I have to
good.
admit, it's one of those things though.
Don't worry.
Like every
Each time.
region has its own thing, and it's like which I don't mind. Let's say us maple syrup.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, maple syrup can be produced in the
True.
States as well,
Mhm.
but generally we've
Not
been
as
have
tasty.
because we have a process that's been in play forever. Like
That's
the
true.
Quebecans, they got it right. They're
Yeah, yeah.
most of the.
It's just
producers
part of
in
our DNA, right?
Yeah.
Nikki
Yeah.
actually, I've had some maple syrups in my time.
Yeah.
Because we used to go to Winnipeg and they have and they do this in Quebec. Because there's a large French-speaking community in Winnipeg, they have what's called the Festival du Voyageur.
Cool.
Mhm.
So you know them's voyageur peoples that would be
Mhm.
fur trading with the
Yeah.
Hudson Bay and whatnot,
Yep.
right? But in Quebec, it's a big this Festival du Voyageur is a big fucking deal, man.
Mhm.
Like it's like Carnival for fucking French people
Right.
in snow,
Mm.
right? It's like fucking Mardi Gras of snow,
Yeah.
right?
They have like a fucking parade every 5 damn
every
minutes.
fucking 5 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
They gotta start having ninja parades.
Everyone's taking their tops off for snowy beads.
ice beads.
And that's the game. You got to try and toss it onto the hard nipple.
And then
That's
you
what
get a
gotta-
poutine.
and then you get a- Sorry, that's right.
But no, they have what they call the cabane à sucre, which is the sugar cabin.
No,
All right.
okay. Yeah.
That's French,
Extra
man.
sweet.
But so they do this thing where they have a big thing of snow, and then they pour
pour it on.
and you get a popsicle stick, and you
yeah.
basically sucking frozen fucking maple syrup off a stick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it is
good.
good.
Yeah.
But they do that here in London.
Yeah.
They have the Fanshawe.
That's where I've done it.
Yeah.
The
Pioneer Village,
Kinsman
right?
I've done it
The
at Fanshawe.
Kinsman
Yep.
fucking. I don't know if it's Pioneer Village.
I can't remember where it was. Where
I think it's close to that though. But
Yeah,
it's
it
like
is.
the Kinsman Fanshawe Sugar Shack or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
it's funny now when I think of it.
Oh,
When I was a kid, I
man.
loved it. But now when I think of it, yeah, it's the place just north of the golf course.
They
Mapped it
They went there
differently
with
now.
the Cubs the other day, I guess.
Yeah.
There with Mickey took the Cubs and whatnot and brought home a little jug of tree blood.
Oh yeah,
Tree blood.
so good shit. Yeah.
I just sat there. I could have just fucking drank.
Yeah, I have to admit, so I grew up with the fake stuff, of course.
Of course.
But once I had the real maple syrup, I can't go back.
Okay, go back. That's crazy talk.
Which
That's crazy.
is funny. My children, they've been raised on the real stuff. My nephew, he comes to live with us, and he likes the fake.
Of course.
So he bought one for him as a joke. Just okay, here's your fake syrup. Syrup. I have my hands
Yeah,
up.
you don't even call it. You can't even call it maple
really.
syrup.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
Table syrup.
Like
Table
and
syrup.
jam I am? No.
Yeah.
Fucking-
But long story short, yeah, my kids, they prefer the fake shit over the real shit now.
That's like my
That's hilarious.
fucking kid, Max.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so he's autistic, so he has his preferences. But he will not eat maple syrup.
Hmm.
No, it has to be fucking just
Oh,
table
on
syrup.
something.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
okay,
I
Like
got you.
waffles? No. Pancakes? No. He will not eat with maple syrup. If it's just fucking, it could be Aunt Jemima, and he's weird like this too. Sometimes it has to do with brands. Sometimes it doesn't.
Mm.
Sometimes you could get him like Minute Maid orange juice, and he's good with that shit. You get him fucking PC orange juice. You can drink it out of the box. He'd be fucking fine having a sip of it. Try and like give it to him. No, no, he will not.
That's not proper.
He will not. Right?
Yeah.
But I can fucking get Aunt Jemima, or I can get fucking compliments, and it doesn't fucking matter.
Mm.
As long as it's that fucking shitty fucking
Syrup.
gross-ass table syrup shit. I hate it. Hate it.
I will admit, totally off topic, on topic. I made French toast this morning for breakfast.
Hell yeah.
I realized as I was making it, shit, I'm out of syrup. So I made just the cinnamon sugar topping on it.
Yeah,
I
sure,
forgot
why
how
not?
good that is.
Yo, that's
Oh, just fucking just melt some brown sugar and cinnamon
Hell
together
yeah.
and just drizzle it on or some shit.
Hell
Why
yeah.
not?
It was. I didn't even do that. I just sprinkled and it.
No, we used to do. Probably don't have it in our houses anymore, but we used to have it back in the 80s. Remember Beehive fucking corn syrup?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So when we were out of fucking syrup, like maple syrup,
You
or
used the
table
corn syrup?
Use the fucking corn
Jesus
syrup, man.
Christ.
The golden corn syrup.
Yeah, I know.
I
you're
never
big
Can't
in-
use the white
Dude,
gold.
I never did that.
gotta
That's
be golden
wild.
corn.
That is wild behavior.
Fucking right.
You guys are fucking animals. You're like,
man,
we're getting the corn syrup now.
I remember
we're up
doing
We're up
that.
in the northwestern Ontario. It's cold, okay? Got to keep some fucking.
Holy
in the
shit.
wintertime, you got to keep the meats on the bones, you know? No. I fucking sold those for fucking
Corn syrup.
well blubber.
One thing on the food
Whale
thing,
blubber
I
of the
would
north.
say, and I not just to my fellow Canadians, I'd say this to anybody listening: shop local as often as you can. Shop local.
Yeah.
You know, try to buy as
regardless of
support
Canada,
the community.
US, fucking
Yeah,
China,
exactly.
Peru, I don't care.
I've always struggled
can.
with this when it comes to something that is produced locally. Like, yeah, you have the animals, the cows, the vegetables.
Yeah.
That to me is
Yeah,
very
yeah.
simple. Yes, do that.
But a PlayStation 5.
No, it's more around in the food world. I have to say, it is really that challenge where it always seems like it's more expensive when it's local because it's often a very smaller branch
Sure.
producing this.
Yeah.
By it being smaller, they're paying more, which means they're charging more.
Right. No, I understand.
Unfortunately,
I
yeah.
have only so much money, and I have a family, so unfortunately, yeah.
Well, I said
But the more that shop local, the
to
more that changes.
at risk.
How?
Yes and no. It depends. It depends if they stay at the same capacity, running the same capacity of
Yeah,
product that
fair.
they're
Well, that's
they've
what I
always
mean.
been running. It's still going to stay at the same price.
That's
yeah,
true, yeah.
it's like I'll pick on chicken nuggets. So they came up earlier.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah, so getting fresh chicken breast locally, that's okay, sure. Having chicken fingers, breast, nuggets, whatever. I lost myself
Flings.
now. Fuck it.
Yeah.
That produced locally, no, that's actually more expensive because now they're taking that, they're
Watch this,
shredding it,
watch
they're
this.
doing this.
Which is you ever had Jane's chicken?
I think so. Yes.
That's produced on Trafalgar Street.
Right. That
Really?
works for us. Yeah. No, that one is. I was actually going to call it myself.
The
They're-
shit stolen Costco.
Hey?
The shit sold in Costco.
And
Yeah.
Freshco. And
Oh, yeah.
Really?
They're local.
The shit that's the only chicken fucking product my kid will eat.
Yeah.
They make a
it's
good
produced
product.
just over by my house.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know.
You know the Freshco over
Yeah.
Trafalgar?
Yeah.
Like fucking there's a factory. It's like
Damn.
Saputo Foods
Oh,
or
yeah,
some
yeah.
shit like
They
that.
do.
That's
Shout
where
out to
they
those guys. Not a
that's where
sponsor, but they make good
fucking-
shit. Yeah.
That's where
That's
they make
actually a
it.
great example,
Fucking
though.
right.
That's why
Yeah.
they
That
always smell fried
works
food
for
over there.
us.
Yeah.
But if
That's
that
true.
isn't always here, though.
Yeah, that's not going to work for people in fucking New York, right?
Exactly.
Or wherever.
Well, not,
Well, maybe not, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah.
I agree and disagree with, at risk of becoming too political, the state of what's happening.
Mhm.
Because not everybody on the other side agrees with what's going on.
Oh, no.
No, of
right?
course not.
No.
So by taking business away, like it's almost like you're killing innocent people. It's like you're taking shit.
You
away
have that
from,
risk.
You're
yes.
taking shit away from people who don't deserve to have this taken away, like their jobs
Yes,
taken
sure.
away from them, right? So if I stop buying fucking, I'm gonna Hershey's.
Okay.
Let's say, because
Yeah.
it's an easy one to like. I'm not gonna stop buying cars, and shit, right?
Well, you can't buy those local. Oh, I guess you can, but they're just not made here.
Right,
Locally.
but-
yeah.
Yeah.
If people at Hershey's are gonna start losing their job, but what if that person didn't
Yeah.
vote for or doesn't agree with what's going on between
Yep.
Yeah, I get
nations,
it.
right?
Yeah, no, it makes
And
sense.
so they're
Mhm.
it's not their fault. Like,
But
at
in
the
that,
same time, I'm proud. I'm a proud Canadian person, so I will try my damnedest
To keep it local.
if I can.
yeah,
I will.
that's what I said.
But like Dave's starting to say, like money, that's a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, of
right?
course, of
Like,
course.
So
Yeah, it all
if
plays
this
into it.
American product is cheaper and my autistic kid's gonna eat it,
Yeah,
I'm gonna fucking buy it.
I
Yeah.
get it.
The big thing I want to see happen, and it looks like, I'm afraid to say it, but I'm hoping it will, is that finally between the provinces and territories, we can actually sell and share product.
There you go.
That's the big
There you
thing I
go.
want to see.
Come, what's that word again? United. That'd
Yes,
be
because
great.
today, in some cases, and of course I've done zero research, but I heard it on the radio, so it must be true.
It
Yeah.
has to be.
That,
Well, it wasn't on the
uh,
internet, so it's got
No, it was on the radio.
Yeah,
So
so
it must
it's
be
gotta
true.
be
then.
true.
For
Yeah.
real true.
Was that there are some products where it's simply cheaper to purchase from the United States
Yeah.
than
Right.
it is the neighboring province or
Yeah.
territory.
Yeah, yeah. And that
Because
should
of-
not be right.
And that's just, I want that
Oh,
to
you're
go
absolutely
away.
right. I've always thought about that in regards to oil.
Yeah.
And refineries and stuff
Mhm,
like
mhm.
that. Like, I'm sorry, yes, it would be expensive. Yes, it might be an inconvenience to for a certain period of time, but we could build our own refineries and do it.
I would say
we have the technology and knowledge,
Do we want the pollution?
and we have the resources.
and I would agree.
But that pollution comes up this way anyway.
Pollution for sure. But I was going to say this. We got to put pollution aside for a second. I would say the current situation that we are in is a far greater in fucking convenience than it would be to build our own refineries and not have to rely
But that's just
on other.
for convenience sake. It would work itself out. In the
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely would.
and we'd have cheap.
But
gas.
again, we don't make those decisions.
First, let's just get our food products and other elements
There
that
you
we can
go.
share across.
Exactly.
That's
But-
more
and,
my
I-
first.
and I
going
agree,
back
let's
to
get
what
that.
Dave was saying in
Mhm.
regards to stuff like that,
Yeah,
yeah.
provinces-
Unfortunately,
Province
it's
territories getting along.
it's shitty that I can't get certain things here that I wish I could,
Yeah.
or like
Or there's a cost to do it.
like simple stupid things like they have this fucking amazing honey dill fucking dip that you can only get if you live close to Winnipeg.
Oh.
For me to get it shipped here, it'd be like a $40 500
Oh, yeah.
500 milliliter jar.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right? It's a bummer.
Yeah.
It is a bummer.
There's the other side. There's beers and other elements that I want from the province over, but I can't get it from the province.
That's true.
Dude, I haven't
That's
seen
true.
I haven't seen a kokanee beer since I was like fucking 18.
Bro, when have you
Do they
seen
still
Kokanee?
sell that
Oh
shit
yeah,
out
yeah,
here?
yeah. I don't want to speak on that. They
Right?
they have. We've had
I remember
it
it
here.
being the best fucking like
It used to be amazing.
it used to be the best beer. I remember
I don't
I
remember
remember
it.
this was my,
Kokanee.
this
It was
my,
made with the glaciers of BC, the mountains
and,
of BC.
and every bottle had a hidden Sam Squanch on it.
yeah.
He would like be like snowboarding down. the
Yeah, I
fucking-
don't remember.
Oh man.
I found
Maybe
a
I
fucking,
drank too much.
So you know how we all know how beer gets skunky and
Oh, yeah.
and ooky, and if it's like just left in a place for too long, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I found a kokanee in the back of a closet once. It had to have been there for 3 years.
Ooh.
I fucking cracked it. It was like it just came out of the fucking box.
Nice.
I was expecting
Nice.
skunky. I was like, let's see what
Nice.
this shit tastes like, right?
Shit, son.
It was like it was warm.
Holy, oh.
It was fucking
Throw it in the fridge for a
fucking
few
room
minutes.
temperature. No, I drank the shit.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It was
That was
good.
great.
No, when it
I
comes
love
to
it.
beer
It was
for me,
good.
has to be
I don't
cold.
know. It was coconut.
Unless it was a
It was
lager.
coconut.
Yeah, or
Well, see,
something.
that's
Well,
the
it is-
thing.
I think it is a lager.
In
yeah.
some
Brilliant, it works.
you know why they do that though, right? Why in some cultures, like in England, let's say, they drink the beer warm.
Yeah,
Is
Because
because they're
they're
used.
fucked.
Well, it's because they're used to it.
yeah.
Right.
They didn't have the refrigeration,
Right.
and what they would do is they also had to have it because they had it in place of bread.
Yeah.
At one point, right?
Right.
So it was just there.
Yeah, and it was also the other big thing about that European style, which we can even get here in London at the one place, is that you can get it basically from the keg. They don't
Yeah.
even carbonate it. It's just it's
Yeah.
it's like a flat beer. There is a bit of fizz to it, but it's
Yeah.
not.
Are
Yeah,
you talking Marienbad or Chaucer's or
I can't remember which one it is.
where we?
No, it's the one near the Marion
There's a
Bad,
new-
across the street.
Oh, Milos.
yeah, Milos.
Shout
that
out to
one.
both those businesses, awesome businesses.
There's,
Oh,
a,
yeah.
new, there's a new
Both
bar and
local
grill
awesome
going in
businesses.
where the St. Regis was.
What?
Yeah, there's a new bar and grill going in there.
Really?
Yeah.
St. Regis. I don't even can't think of what it is.
Couple doors down
St.
from,
Regis.
couple doors down from the Dough EV
Yeah.
bakery.
Yeah. Trying to
Used
give.
to be the root cellar.
Yeah. On
Almost Dundas. now,
Adelaide
really.
Dundas.
yeah,
almost
almost
Dundas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Huh?
And I was thinking,
Really?
we're walking by. I'm like,
So it's
oh,
not
that's
going to
cool.
be the St. Regis.
No.
That's fucked up.
But I was walking by. I'm like, if I
Yeah,
bought
I
that,
never went
I would have
there.
made it like an old timey saloon.
Yeah, because
Like,
that's what it looks
I would
like.
have had like a honky tonk fucking. I've been ding ding.
My dad would drink there, and I was like, "Is this place fucking haunted?"
Back to Canadian shit.
I'm gonna say
well,
though,
that's
like
Canadian.
I have to admit, would you really want to open up a pub in that area of town nowadays? Yeah.
Good call.
Yeah,
Good call.
It's yeah, you're right.
Bar and grill, you know
But-
why they're emphasizing on the grill part. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna make this a respectable eating establishment.
Mind you,
which
they
is-
did open up something down there.
They're trying their damnedest. Like it seems like from Adelaide going towards, let's say Egerton. Between
Yeah.
Adelaide and Egerton. They're really trying.
They want
They're
to.
trying to clean it up.
They
bring
want
it
to
back
stop
to the
people
old
putting
days.
needles in their in the street.
Hey, man, you know what? And this might be a hot take. I had a
Yeah.
conversation about this with Nikki, and I'm like, I got nothing against homeless people. I got nothing. I got nothing against
I know.
people doing their drugs.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Tidy up when you're done.
My
That's funny.
my problem, or my issue with viewing what other people have to say is like everybody wants respect, but you have to earn respect, and a certain group of people aren't earning the respect to get the respect that they want.
Uh-huh.
Right? Like they don't want to be perceived as like dirty homeless people. Then don't be. Clean
Right,
up.
be a respectable homeless person.
Clean up your area. Don't leave all the garbage
gotcha.
all over the
Sure.
place and then pack up
Right.
your tent
Sure.
and fucking leave.
Then
I don't
if you're-
care if you're sleeping in a tent in the park.
All right.
Oh,
Just
I
don't make
either.
it look like a fucking
Yeah.
dump.
If you're gonna dig in a
Tidy it.
dumpster, you know, throw the garbage
Put it all
back,
back
in.
in.
Yeah, I get it.
I tell that to fucking dudes that are walking up and down my street all the time looking for beer cans and shit.
Yeah.
Because some people
Scavengers.
just
Oh, yeah, they
scatter
do it
all
by-
over the place.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey, I ain't got. If you're just looking for fucking beer cans, I don't have any. If you're looking for aluminum to get some money, I've got a lot. If you want it, take it. Don't leave a mess.
Yeah,
Right.
that's my
Please,
big thing.
that's it.
Yep.
And then you get, there's that
Sure.
two-way street
camaraderie.
of respect kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Well, I
anyway,
think the
that's
homeless
neither here nor
situation,
there.
there's a lot of layers to it.
It's
and I
a
agree.
bummer in
I would
general.
say this. I do have a problem with
Drugs.
homeless. It sucks that it's happening. But yes, drugs.
Drugs
Um,
is the top layer.
I
I don't
if-
have a
if
problem
you-
with drugs. What are you
if
talking
you
about?
have the-
I have a great relationship
Here's
with
what I was
drugs.
going to say
Thank you.
this. Just to revise your statement. If you can be responsible, if you have the capacity to be responsible, be fucking responsible for your mess.
Yeah.
Right? If you don't, get some fucking help if you can.
Yeah. And
Right there.
there's
Yeah.
now there's the layer.
There's the layer.
There's layer one,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
So,
Oh, there's
yeah.
always been.
Yeah.
we could talk about that or not.
But Canadian homeless are way tougher than American. No, I'm kidding.
They got low side like
Oh,
minus
God.
30.
Ours are like that. They're
polite, for
listen. If American homeless are like zombies, Canadians are fucking White Walkers.
Right?
You know what I mean?
That's funny.
Ow.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Fucking-
I don't know where we're gonna leave that one out.
Yeah.
Well, we could either wrap it up or we could touch on one of the last greatest things I think to come out of Canada. Some of the greatest things to come out of Canada. Some of the most annoying things to come out of Canada.
Okay. I just want to touch on one quick topic because we kind of brushed over it and we
Your mom.
fucking, your mom brushed over your what? Anyways, Canadian music.
I was just about to say that.
I just yeah.
So
we got
instead of interrupting me,
no. I had to
could've just
interrupt
let-
you.
you can let me finish.
Before we start that though, where do we need to talk about Canadian bands? Like I have to say, I have
talking to
always
you
been-
guys is like
Like-
edging for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
It's like I almost finished my sentence and then I'm interrupted and then I don't get to finish my fucking sentence.
I think that's what our listeners
We're
say
sorry,
about our
sorry.
show. It's like edging.
Chris, AJ, speak your piece.
Speak to my penis. Hey
Yes, yes.
how's it going?
Yes, go ahead, AJ. You
Give you a
could go
clam
now.
snack later. I was gonna say, but yeah, some of the greatest things to come out, yeah, because you got great fucking musicians like Rush,
The Guess Who.
great bands like the Guess Who and Rush and Gordon Lightfoot and,
Mm-hmm.
and
Bruce Cockburn.
Bruce Cockburn,
Mm-hmm.
the Bare Naked Ladies.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have terrible bands like Nickelback.
Well, you can't listen. Here's the thing. I'm with you. I'm not a Nickelback fan, but they do make a lot of money. And
I don't care about the money.
I know,
They
but
made that. But
other
see-
people
but
do.
see, that's the thing. They made that money for themselves. They didn't
I
make that
know.
money for the country of Canada.
But I'm just saying, because of that fact, even though I don't know how people love them, but people do fucking love them.
it's, you know what it is, as an audio engineer, as somebody who produces and makes music,
and loves Chad Kroger's voice.
and I love it so much. They did find the secret crack somehow.
Yeah, they did.
They found some key that appeases people's something or other. Like cause music, all kinds of music elicits emotion, right?
Right.
But they found something that elicits something in a majority
Right.
of people who listen to their
They-
music for some reason.
They somehow tapped into the majority of the audience.
I hate them, but there's like 3 Nickelback songs I like.
I hear you, dude.
Right?
I know.
Like it's like I would not pay money to see
They're-
them, nor would I buy
here's-
an album.
Here's the thing. I do like the first record, Curb. I naturally like it.
That I can understand.
It's a great album.
Because that came out before it was a product.
Yeah.
Before it was,
And then
it was
Silver
something
Side
that-
Up. And,
and
then
then-
that was Nickelback Today, baby.
and I guess, unfortunately, again, as an artist and a musician, I don't feel like there was much evolution after that.
Mm.
They found what made money.
And then kept
They
going.
kept producing
Look
what
at
made
this
money.
photograph.
But
Of the time I
unfortunately,
took a photograph. And then there was a photograph.
unfortunately, they hit a wall.
Yeah.
Right? Unfortunately for them,
Yeah.
they hit a wall, and now they're relegated to festivals.
Really? That's all they do is festivals now?
I bet.
Wow.
When was the last time you heard of a Nickelback concert?
Yeah, good call. I don't know.
Since like the one last big album,
Mm,
and then something happened, and then poof, Nickelback was like fucking nobody talked about him anymore.
that's true. They
And
don't
now
talk
they're like
about
popping up
Dimebag.
here and there a little bit, but it's like, oh, the Canadian show with Our Lady Peace and Nickelback and
Yes,
Mother
that's
Earth.
true. I have
That's
seen
like
a couple
all
of
they're
those.
doing now.
Yeah. Because even OLP, and they're going and doing regular shows.
Ah, actually,
Yeah.
they just did one
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
the Canada Life place.
Speaking of
here.
fucking great bands, love you fucking guys. Sorry.
Yeah.
Our Lady Peace.
I was
they're nice.
I was much underwhelmed. With
You
their
know how
live
I am
performance.
with the indoor concerts. I am an old man. I cannot
know.
handle indoor. Outdoor, I love because
He'll see Nickelback at a festival.
Yeah, probably.
Well,
Can't
the
do-
last great one I saw get in trouble for this was the Aqua one.
That's you to get trouble. You know, that's
can't do
okay.
can't do the Nickelback though. I just
No, I'm not a fan.
no, and
Okay.
I actually have to
But-
admit I don't know any Nickelback offhand, so I suspect I am not a fan.
This is how you remind. Hey, I'm gonna be a rock star. See, I could do Nickelback.
terrible,
I could do
terrible stuff.
Nickelback.
horrible stuff. Horrible stuff.
Oh yeah, they're not my
But
favorite.
say it's too bad you didn't instantly start to play it on your phone there because it would have been
Oh,
hilarious.
fun.
Totally horrible, and yet it's right there on your phone.
I know.
There was a time, and this is
There was a time.
blows my fucking mind again. And this is they found that je ne sais quoi that attracted everybody.
They're gonna be a rock star.
At one point in time in the States, they were being played every 30 seconds
That's wild.
on radio stations. So
Good for them.
you'd be
Good for
listening to
them.
Nickelback, and if you changed it
you
within
might
30
hear
within 30 seconds of you changing it, or you've changed it
another
to
one.
Nickelback.
Yeah.
Like,
That's
that's
crazy.
how, and that was how you remind me. That's
Yeah.
how popular that song was at one point in time.
That's just nuts.
so
Yeah, good for them. I hope they got a couple of
Yeah,
bucks.
no, I mean that's ultimately all the hate or whatever. Maybe not our band. Good for them for making their money. You know what I mean?
I like a
know.
band that expands on what they they take
listen.
what they did on the last album
Yeah,
and expand
puts
on
it,
that and evolve from that. like Rush.
Sure.
Let's
Well,
talk
here's
great
the
Canadian
thing.
fucking bands.
Yeah,
Even
Rush.
if you're not into fucking prog rock, there's a Rush song you like.
Yeah.
Tragically Hip.
Well, the hip,
Obviously,
yeah.
they're
The
the
hip are
best.
very Canadian.
I'm
though.
not a
Yeah.
huge hip fan.
I know,
would
but you got to
not-
respect what they've done.
but I respect quite a few of their, especially early stuff.
Yeah,
Like their first 3 records,
Amazing.
something like that. Wonderful, very Canadian.
Sure.
There's Canadian stink all over those records,
right.
but
Easy.
they definitely did something and opened up
But
some even a little bit. They opened up a little crack of a window for Canadian bands to
Agreed.
push forward
Oh,
further
yeah.
than just doing stuff in Canada.
I feel
think.
like we exploded in the 90s for Canadian music. I feel like that's when we pushed out more
Mhm.
great music than ever.
I don't know about great music, but
I
we
feel
got
like
music.
music. You don't think so?
Yeah,
I
well,
Oh, Brian Adams. We got to talk about Brian Adams.
Well, that was
Mother-
80s,
Yeah, I
though.
know, but that motherfucker's
That's
talented
it.
as
Fucking
hell.
Brian Adams.
Love that guy.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
He's the best. Sorry,
has that one
But
really
then there
good
was
song.
shit like
Yeah.
like Len
Don't you dare shit on Len.
or Moist.
That is
Moist.
Whoa,
Moist.
Whoa,
I like
oh
Moist.
my God.
I remember Moist. They were
Voice
great.
was
Or
amazing.
fucking Age of Electric.
Such good music.
Big Sugar's good though.
Big Sugar's
Big
great.
Sugar.
Big Sugar is a
One
good
of the
I motherfucking Earth. Love
one of
those guys.
2 of the best
Oh.
concerts I've ever been to.
Yeah.
Big
nice.
Sugar at Norma Jean's.
Yeah.
Fucking literally blew my
Damn.
brain up. I'm
I was listening to
pretty
those
sure
guys
I
the
have
other night.
hearing damage because of that fucking concert, man.
So good.
I ended up seeing, pleasantly surprised, I went to see 3 Days Grace
Really?
in Toronto when I
Mm.
first moved down here, and Grady was opening up for them.
No, wow.
And that was Gordy Johnson from Big Sugar.
Yeah. That was his band.
And
Yeah.
The 2 guys that played with Stevie Ray Vaughan, who
Nice.
called themselves Double Trouble at the time.
Yeah.
So it was the bass player and the drummer for Stevie Ray Vaughan's band and Gordy Johnson.
Fucking right. Yeah, man.
But I'm Other Earth was another one of my
Love I'm Other
One of the
Earth.
best-
Still one of my favorite bands of all
not
time.
concerts but sets that I've ever seen
Mm.
because it was at Edge Fest. So,
Yeah. What about Billy Talent?
nah,
No. I love
never
those
never
guys,
got
too.
into.
So good.
I was okay with the music. It was the voice that I didn't
Sure.
grab.
I think they're in their stripes.
But Alexis on Fire grew on me.
Mm.
I had to really. It was hard.
Sure.
It was hard for me to
Yeah.
when Dallas started singing more.
That's
That's
when
when
you were
I kind
like,
of started
okay.
getting it. I was like, okay. I don't need fucking George screaming at me the entire time, and then I have to break out a calculator to do the math on what part of the song I'm listening to and what tempo it is and how I should be bobbing my head. Yeah, that
You
was
did like
difficult
that?
for me.
Yeah.
That's why I don't listen to Mudvayne.
Mm.
I call it math rock.
Mouth rock.
Yeah, there's like I have to do algebra to listen to this music. No, no, thank you. I'm not a fan.
Well, we talk about Sloan.
Oh, Sloan was great.
Yeah, they're a great Canadian
Yeah.
band.
The Trues.
Trues.
Trues, I
Well, I
really
feel like
enjoy.
they're almost like a modern day Sloan in a way.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Trues, I
Kinda.
enjoy a lot. I
Not
know-
in a bad
The
way. though.
Arkells,
Not-
too.
but-
Big
oh,
fan
the
of those
Arkells.
guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
Leather Jacket. What a
Oh.
great song. That's an Arkells tune, right?
Yeah, it is.
Leather Jacket.
Yep,
Right,
yep.
Yeah, what a great song.
Made some really
Oh, the Boss
decent
is
contributions to hip hop.
Arctic Monkeys aren't Canadian, are they?
No, they're British.
British.
Yeah. Yeah. Meister Fresh West. Grandfather of Canadian
in
hip
regards
hop.
to hip hop.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Fresh West. You can laugh all you want.
Cardinal.
You can laugh all you want, but Snow.
No, yes, no, it's good shit
Laugh
back in
all
the
you
day.
want.
Fuck yeah.
Kanan.
Chaos, one of my favorites of all fucking time.
Drake's overrated.
Fuck Drake. Sorry. Here's the thing. Listen.
Hot take.
Hot take.
Unsubscribe from us if you
Hot
want,
take.
but I would rather watch him in Degrassi, and I didn't
There you
like that
go.
show.
There you go. Hot take. Team Kendrick all the way. First off. Second off. I never got the appeal of Drake. There's maybe 2 or 3 songs that he has done that I'm like, okay, that's a good jam. But usually they're accompanied by somebody else, and I usually like whatever the other part is better. But that's whatever. And I was like, and I remember when I was traveling, I'm like, why do people like Drake so much?
I don't know.
Like, I just couldn't get it. I don't understand what they think is so fantastic about him. And now we understand that.
I don't understand.
I don't think he's on that type of level anymore. But
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that.
We're not talk about that. Yeah. Anyways,
did he or didn't he? I don't know. But yeah, we're not gonna
so yeah, Drake, I don't think is really a good Canadian export.
Classified.
Classified's amazing.
Classified's great. I'm trying to
But you
think
know
of-
what? I don't even think there's a lot of people outside of Canada who know who Classified is.
Which is unfortunate.
Which was a real fucking shame.
You know what? I don't think there's a lot of hip hop that made it outside of Canada.
No, even when you think of like the Figure 4 crew, Cardinal and
Maestro
and all those guys, yeah,
like,
they was all pretty.
Let Your Backbone Slide was
unbelievable,
but Canadian.
Yeah, but Canadian.
But like,
yeah.
if we
Fun
were to
fact.
look, if we were to look it up, I bet you, I highly doubt it would have made any chart in the States.
No, probably not.
Right?
No. But he's honored in all the Canadian records and stuff.
Oh fuck yeah, Maestro's the shit.
Yeah, he's good shit.
I've heard he's a pretty good. Didn't you?
That was my first. My first
You
interview.
interviewed him.
Yeah, I did.
He was pretty.
He's
dope,
amazing.
wasn't
Waited forever after the concert, but that's kind of par for the course.
You got to do your thing, right?
Yeah,
He's
but
got
he's
got other interviews to do.
Fan fucking tastic, and he hung out with us for like a good hour.
Oh well, that's dope.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's nice.
Yeah, I was almost gonna reach out to Jelly Roll's people to see if he'd stop by today. But
you should, yeah.
I think he's in town tomorrow, actually.
You should see.
No, he's in town tomorrow.
He's got nothing to do.
You know what? He does shit like that.
Do it. Let's do it. I'm free.
Be like, yo, Jelly Roll.
Jelly Roll, you want to come and do our little Binky Dink podcast?
Come be on our
Podcast.
little podcast.
Podcast.
It's really funny. We're jokes.
Give us
We're
45
fans of yours.
Give us 45 minutes.
That's all we need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a fun time.
30
Do it.
minutes.
You do
We got a
10,
bubbly.
Five.
Yeah,
Five?
sure.
5
Give me
minutes?
contact info.
Yeah, it's called
I'll do it.
fucking Instagram.
Instagram. Hey, people. Oh, you're right. It is now. That's right. Yeah.
There's Instagram.
You're a grammar now, are you?
Tiki Talkie. Dude, I've been on Instagram. I'd rather
Well,
look
the
at that shit.
podcast is on the gram. Really, I don't know if it's me, but
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason I know I can get TikToks through to fucking Chris now is because we have
The grammar?
Sarcastic
the only
TikTok.
way I can see them is if I forward them to my PC because I have no access
really?
to TikTok on my phone.
It's unfortunate.
I know. Have any social media?
Because some of the shit I
Do
send
we
is
have any
fucking
Canadian
brilliant.
social media?
No.
None. eh?
No.
That's a shame.
No.
We need Maple Book.
Beaver. No, we need tail slap
Beavertown. Tail slap.
because that's how beavers communicate. Like
That's right. Yeah. Yeah.
slapping their tails
Tail
on
slaps.
logs.
Yeah.
So we'll call it tail slap.
Yeah.
No, that'd be a great Canadian fucking dating site though.
Oh,
Tail slap.
Tail slap. Oh my God. How funny would that be? That's a skit we got to do, a Canadian dating app.
Tail slap.
Tail slap. And it is, oh yeah, all the Canadians.
Tail slap brought to you by Beaver
Yeah.
Buddies, eh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like, I'm not in for that.
Yeah, that one I'll pass.
That's not good.
You guys do your dating app together.
Yeah, fine, we will.
We
All
will.
right.
We'll make Canadians a dollars.
Sweet.
Lots of that. Should we wrap this up?
Yeah.
You want to talk more Canadian stuff? Anything you want to bring up?
I want everybody in the world to know that as of right now, we Canadians do not claim Tim Hortons as our own anymore.
Oh no.
Canadian lives matter.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, we don't. Tim Hortons is really not Canadian.
Timmy's lives matter.
Yeah, let's yeah, you know what? Good call. Let's fucking blow that bullshit ceiling off for a second. Tim Hortons, it kind of blows that it's so associated with Canadians because it's not really a Canadian company.
No, because
anymore.
like people come to Canada and like expect a Canadian fucking
right.
and there's like a handful of Tim Hortons you can get that at anymore.
Yeah, it's true.
A handful.
Yeah.
It's one of those catch-22s though, because again, I do agree they're owned by somebody down south though. The standard nowadays things. all
They
that
were
lovely-
owned by the company that owns Burger King.
Oh yeah, they
Or
sold.
no, it was
When I say
Wendy's.
South America, somebody out of South
Yeah,
America.
yeah,
owns them
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Yeah,
fucking-
I can't remember the name of the company.
Venezuela,
By the way, it's
whatever.
actually less of that, and it's more of just. But even it's like most things in life. Yes, when we grew up, you went to a Tim Hortons. That was baked there, cooked there.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
things were done there.
Yeah.
It was very
Individual
local.
stores.
Donuts
Yes,
were
yes.
actually, deep fried.
Yeah, it was all local. As different as it is now, and I'm not a fan because of a lot of this, but it's less about it being Canadian, not Canadian, because you got to give credit. Everything's still produced here in Canada.
Now it's just
True.
a name rental.
Yeah, but it's all
That's all it
produced here.
is.
Like they have the entire factory, and it is a factory now. I think it's up in Brampton area.
You lie.
No,
No,
it's all here.
he would know.
No,
He's
you lie because coffee is not produced in Canada.
Not the coffee, fair, sorry, but I mean
Then
more
what
the
is their
product.
primary export?
It's not coffee.
coffee?
Coffee and coffee flavored beverages.
Oh, I thought
Oh,
it
no.
was.
Do you
I thought
eat
it
at
was-
Tim Hortons?
I thought it
'Cause
was-
I don't eat at fucking Tim Hortons.
I
Timbits
thought it
and
was
donuts.
Dream Donuts, and I
Dream
thought it
Donuts and
was
fucked up smiley
wraps,
face
and I thought it was
cookies.
pizzas and smiley face cookies. I thought that was there.
Smiley face cookies.
Yeah. That's what I thought.
Yeah, but that's
I
more
got
what
a
I mean.
smile.
Mind you, actually, the smiley face cookies they actually do decorate on site.
On site.
Yeah.
Well,
do
they
that
still
there.
like dip the donuts and shit on site.
Yeah, they do some of the preps, but yeah,
They do. Well, no, they do. They quote
They
unquote
cook.
bake
Yes.
the donuts on site.
But it's
Here
all
more
prepped.
like
Yeah.
cooking. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
it's all
donuts on site.
prepped. It's all you just put it in, set the number. Yeah.
I'm so glad you brought this up because
That's why I say
honestly,
go
fuck
to-
Tim Hortons.
Go to Dough EV.
Dough EV. Okay. Yeah. Check
Dough
those guys.
EV.
I don't want to say fuck Tim. I'm being funny.
No, I just mean the whole. It's c'est la vie.
Yeah. No. C'est la vie. I'm just
No, go to Dough EV.
go eat and
On
drink what you
Dundas
want to eat and
Street.
drink what you want to drink.
No,
but,
don't
that's
drink Tim Hortons. There's
Try
cockroaches
to-
in that shit.
Try to keep it local.
I saw a fucking tiki.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
here we go.
Oh, Jesus.
I saw a tiki talkie,
On the Canadian TikTok.
and it was this
Uh-huh.
TikTok, eh?
Oh.
And it was this lady, and she went into Tim Hortons and she ordered herself. Oh fuck, Nick, you better not listen to this. She ordered herself an iced coffee, and this was in like Brampton or somewhere like in Toronto or Vaughan or something. And she ordered herself an iced coffee,
Uh-huh.
and she got it, and there was a fucking cockroach in it.
No.
Right? So she takes it back in and she's like, "What the fuck?" And Buddy's like, "Yeah, I know. That came from inside the mix. We don't have cockroaches here. We have good pest control. This came from inside the mix. They have bad pest control."
Whoa.
Yeah, dude.
Lies.
And she's sitting there like, "How many cockroaches have I fucking drank?" Right?
Yowza.
Fuck's sakes, man.
Gotta get your protein from somewhere.
That's yeah. Dave, shut up. Shut up, Dave.
Yeah.
Dave,
Next
shut up.
time, tell her
Next
not
time-
to listen. Tell
Now
her
you're gonna
not
hear
to
people-
order the cockroach.
You're
flavor.
gonna hear people start
No
bitching that
cockroach
I
flavored
piss in my
coffee for
water.
no.
Jeez.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
So on that note, don't go to Tim Hortons. No.
no, don't go.
No.
Don't go to
You
that
go
Tim
wherever you
Hortons,
want,
at
but
least.
yeah, still try to shop local if you can. I mean, yeah, but Tim Hortons is not really Canadian.
It's always the
Never mind.
catch-22, though. You always say shop local, but don't shop at Tim Hortons. Well, then all the people that work at Tim Hortons today won't have a job, and
That's
they're
true.
local.
Okay.
Ain't
Shop-
it a bitch, eh?
Buy stuff from
Gotcha.
them. Then.
Yeah, any way to
Give
bitch.
them money.
Yeah, that's what they
Maybe
do,
go
is
on their
bitch.
Facebook page and find out if they have anything on Facebook Marketplace.
If I
and buy
had
it
the
from
amount
them,
of cash
Dave.
to randomly give people money with no product in return, sure.
That's a good
Well,
point.
and nobody sat here and said you don't have to have a product. I just said go on Facebook
Well-
Marketplace and buy something off of the employee at Tim Hortons that you got fucking laid off because you don't go to Tim Hortons no more.
But what if they have a product that I don't require nor need?
Well, then don't give them any money.
And I think on that note, we should wrap this up.
Now that we've started slapping one
We
another.
should, yes. Yes, let's do that. And you out there, what are your thoughts on Canadian goods? Do you like our choices?
Or Canadian bads.
Our Canadian ads. Do you not like our choices? We want to hear from you. So please let us know what your thoughts are on all things Canadian in the comments, on our Discord server, wherever you're listening to us. Reach out, grab us by talking to us about all things Canadian.
Ask first before you grab.
Absolutely. Yes.
Consent.
Uh-huh.
Very important.
If you like what we're doing, there's a couple of ways you can support us. You can click our link if you're American on our Smoking Guns beef jerky podcast link. That way you can order jerky and support Canadians at the same time. If you also like what we're doing, we got ourselves a Buy Me a Coffee link.
Sorry, something just popped in my head.
Okay.
But don't
All right.
buy us at Tim Hortons.
No, but any other coffee will do. You can do that. We can help keep the bubbly flowing and the lights on and keep the studio running well. And if you're not feeling well in the mental department, we want you to know that you matter, not just to us, but to those who are around you. And all the stuff that's going on right now, it's important to talk about it to people that can help you out with the stuff that you need sorted out. So if you can't do that with anybody in your vicinity, we're going to have some links so you can seek out the help that you might need. But until next time, I've been Harvey.
I'm the Dave.
So,
Yeah, I'm probably going to sew later tonight.
are you going to knit though?
Actually, yeah.
Are you going to crotch eat?
No, I'm not a crochet.
He doesn't crotch eat.
No. Crochet's for the
So
simpletons.
Joe was driving down the road in his truck, and he had his truck was full of penguins. He was taken to the zoo, and it put, and it broke down on the side of the road. He's like, "Fuck!" So he gets out. He's looking under the hood and whatnot. And Tommy comes driving by the other way. His buddy Tommy stops and he says, "Hey, Joe, what are you doing?" He's like, "Oh fuck, my truck broke down, and we got to take these penguins to the zoo." He's like, "Oh, I can help you out." So Tommy turns the truck around, gets all the penguins in, fucks off. About 2.5 hours later, Tommy comes driving back down the road and he sees Joe still on the side of the road. It's like, hey, what the fuck? And Joe looks at me and says, what the fuck? I thought you were taking those penguins to the zoo, he says. I took them there for about 2 hours. We got bored and then we decided to go for dinner and a movie.
That's pretty funny.
That one, I'll pass. I love that you found that one funny. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you.
You can tell when Dave's not paying attention because he just kind of. And then he's like, I didn't even hear the jokes, so I didn't.
There was trucks. There was penguins in the back. You went for
It's
dinner.
okay, Dave. You can admit that you don't get it.
Yeah, I totally
fine.
don't. I totally
It's
don't.
fine. You can admit
I
that
do
you
not
don't
get how penguins in the truck going to another truck.
No, he
for
does.
Movies and everything is funny.
You know what he does? He blames it on the Tuma.
Sure, it is a Tuma's fault.
It's the Tuma's fault.
Sure, it's nothing to do with you, AJ.
Has nothing to do with me. I'm fucking hilarious.
You are.
Actually,
You
my
are
wife.
very
My wife is
funny.
fucking hilarious.
right.
I'm just hilarious.
You're very hilarious, AJ.
For sure. And
Very,
that has
very-
been AJ. And just like that, you got yourself sarcastically distracted. Thank you so much for hanging out with us on our fun program. Have yourself a wonderful night. Peace.
Take care, all.
Bye now.